So, a gunman opened fire at a No Kings protest in Utah last night, and now one person is dead. Over the last few days, we have been covering the No Kings protests across the country. For the most part, these protests have been peaceful. However, last night, things got bad in Salt Lake City, Utah. According to police, around 9 p.m., unknown gunmen opened fire into a crowd of about 150 people who were gathered for the No Kings protest. One man was hit, and he later died from his injuries. The gunman then fled the scene. As of right now, police are still looking for him. They don't have any leads. They don't know who he is or why he did this. Now, it's important to note that what happened last night was not part of the actual No Kings movement. The No Kings movement has specifically stated that they do not condone violence, and they do not support people who commit crimes in their name. In fact, the No Kings movement released this statement responding to last night's shooting. It reads, "We, the undersigned organizations, stand together in Salt Lake City and cities across the nation tonight as we mourn the loss of life in the fight for Black liberation. We hold space for those who are grieving, while also honoring the courage of those who continue to fight for our collective liberation. We see the terror that white supremacy has unleashed, and we will continue to organize and mobilize in spite of the attempts to demoralize and divide us. We remain committed to the urgent work of dismantling white supremacy, and we will continue to do this work in the face of backlash and attacks." So again, this was not a part of the actual No Kings movement. It was just some random guy who decided to open fire into a crowd of people. Now obviously this is terrible. This is awful. And our deepest condolences are with the family and friends of the young man who lost his life last night. At the same time, though, we have to be honest, and we have to be clear. What happened last night does not represent the No Kings movement. And in a moment, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. But first, real quick, I wanted to update you on something that we told you about a couple days ago. Remember how we told you that a 13-year-old kid in Florida, he was arrested after he threatened to shoot up his school? Well, yesterday, we got more information on this story. It turns out that the kid had been posting violent videos online, and then he went to school, and he brought a gun to school. He actually brought 2 guns to school. He had a .22 and a 9mm. Now thank God this kid didn't open fire. Thank God he didn't shoot anybody. But the mere fact that he brought guns to school, is absolutely insane. And according to the sheriff, the kid admitted to bringing the guns to school. He said he wanted to use them on students and faculty members. So once again, this was not a hoax. This was not some kid trying to get attention. This was a kid who legitimately wanted to go to school and shoot up the place. All right, now let's get back to what happened in Salt Lake City, Utah last night. A lot of people are trying to tie what happened last night to the No Kings movement. But what happened last night was not part of the No Kings movement. The No Kings movement specifically said so. You know, they've been smashing windows. They've been looting stores. They've been burning flags. But I do unremember any instances where anyone has been killed or injured from actual No Kings protests. Yes, there have been deaths at the hands of police during No Kings protests. But I'm talking about actual deaths or injuries that have happened as a direct result of the No Kings protests. I can't think of any. I'm sure there probably are some isolated incidents that I'm not thinking of, but nothing like what happened last night. So what happened last night was not part of the No Kings movement. That was some random dude who decided to open fire into a crowd of people. And of course, this is terrible. But if we're going to be honest and we're going to be clear, we have to make that distinction because otherwise all of this just turns into one big giant race riot. And that's what the authorities want. They want this to turn into a race riot so they can crack down on everybody. And then they can say that the No Kings protests have turned violent. As far as the investigation into what happened last night, police are still looking for the gunman. Again, as of right now, they don't have any leads. They don't know who he is or why he did this. But when they catch him, rest assured, we will let you know.